Okay, let's look at product to sum formula. So we are looking back at our chart for the product to sum formula to write the product as a sum or a difference. So product to sum formula, and we're going to write it as a sum or a difference. Okay, so we need to look at our formula chart. Let's see, here we go. Okay, so here are the formulas: sum to product and product to sum. So our first one is written as a product to sum. So it's written as a product sine of u, cosine of v. So this will be the formula, the third one. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at how we can do that on here. All we're doing is rewriting it. So this is u, this is v. So our formula says if it is sine u cosine v, that equals half sine u plus v plus sine u minus v, like that. So we are going to just factor out the 6. So 6 will be here. Then we do the half. So then it'll be like that. Sine of u plus v, which in this case they are the same. So that kind of makes it nice. Then we do plus sine of u minus v. Okay. So we can go ahead and multiply these. So that'd be 3. And we have sine pi over 3 plus pi over 3 is 2 pi over 3 plus sine of 0. Sine of 0 is something, so don't just cross it out. And that is all we have to do. We are just rewriting the formulas. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is sine u, sine v. So if we look at our formula, it will be the first one. Sine u, sine v is this half cosine u minus v minus cosine u plus v. So this will be 3 half cosine u minus v minus cosine u plus v. Okay, so this will be 3 halves cosine of negative a minus cosine of 5a. Okay, we can't leave it with a negative inside there, so let's look at another formula on our chart, and that is the even and odd identities. So if I see that it is cosine of negative u, it actually equals cosine of u. That is the second one right there. So we're able to rewrite that as just cosine a minus cosine 5a, and then still keep the 3 halves. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It says use the sum to product to write as a sum or difference. Oh, to write the sum or difference as a product. So we're writing like that. So this would be u, this would be v, this would be u, this would be v. So see how I have sine, sine, and then a minus? So I need to look at my sum to product formulas. Right here. So sine, and then I have a subtraction. So it's the second one. It's going to be 2 cosine u plus v over 2 and sine u minus v over 2. So 2 cosine hold on, I think I rushed it a minute. Okay, so it is, let's fix this real quick. This whole thing is u. This whole thing is v. So I'm going to put this alpha minus beta over 2. And then sine alpha plus beta minus alpha plus beta, alpha minus beta over 2. So let's double check that we did this right. All right, this is u plus v. So on our formula, look at the formula chart. It says 2 cosine u plus v. Okay, we did that correct, over 2. And then sine u minus v over 2. So this is u, this is v. So you got to pay attention to the signs because they look the same. So we've just got to make sure that we pay attention to that. All right, so we still have the 2 cosine. All right, so we have a plus a is 2, which is alpha really. And then b minus beta, b minus is 0, so over 2. And then sine alpha minus alpha is 0 alpha. B minus a negative b, which is 2b, or 2 beta. Okay, simplify. Okay, now we're done. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is cosine. Remember, this whole thing is u, and this whole thing is v, minus a cosine. So look at our formula. We want cosine u minus cosine v. Cosine u minus cosine v is 2 cosine u plus v over 2. And cosine u, let's look at my formula chart on my paper, minus v. So you can't really see that. So we write this as negative 2 sine. So we want u plus v over 2. Okay. And then it is sine again, u minus v. Okay, I see a mistake. On my v, I have a minus. So you've got to pay attention to that. So this would be u, this would be v. This would be u, this would be v. This is negative 2. And then we have theta plus theta, so that's 2 theta. And then pi over 2 minus pi over 2. I forgot my sign. Okay, and then sine. Theta minus theta is 0. Pi over 2 minus a negative pi over 2 is 2 pi's over 2 over 2. Which this would cancel. So that's negative 2 sine theta. This cancels, sine theta over 2. And that is our solution. So the most important thing is to pay attention to what u is, what v is, and then pay attention to what our formula says to do. Are we adding or are we subtracting? Are we using